Vet with the KMC University helped us. Did you just get one of those really new cool tools that your buddy was telling you about? Do you know how to code for it? Do you know what it's been approved for? There's some important questions to ask when you're purchasing a piece of equipment. Now, we've got the manufacturer who comes up with this brilliant idea, creates this great product. And then we have salespeople who come out and sell this, and they're like, this will grow your practice instantly. They're salespeople, they're not professional coders. And they aren't there to help you understand, well, let's look and see how much you can get. Well, I'm not real sure. No, they're going to sell you this product because they're more concentrated on the value of it for your patient and in that sale. So we have to bring it around town. And a lot of times when we purchase a new product, we have got to ask that manufacturer, how was this approved with the FDA? Why does that matter? Because it does. We find there are some tools out there that have multi-uses, but we have to see how it's classified with the FDA in order to move forward with utilizing that in the clinic in a manner that's not consistent with how it was cleared. So then after we find out what that classification is, now we're going to find out, is this now in the scope of your license within your state? So we're going to state board. Is it in scope of the license? Are there any restrictions? Is it considered experimental and investigational? What are we going to be using this device for in our office? How will I utilize this in patient care? Does it follow the classification? Is it in my scope and in the way that I plan to use it in my practice? Then after we go down, we're going to think, well, what's going to be required for documentation to support the use of this particular new tool that I have, or new table, or new anything in your office? And then we're going to step in a little bit further, because for those of you who do participate with insurance, we may find out they have this on their experimental and investigational. While we were sold this, you're going to make tons of money. Just wait. There's some people billing this to insurance and getting $200. We see this a lot with this new shockwave therapy. But we've got to go back again and get the original classification, take it all the way through all the filters, then bring it down to the payer and say, okay, do they require me to bill this service? What type of notice do I have to give to a patient to shift the financial responsibility? If I do bill it, what's their reimbursement rate? Is this even the right code the manufacturer gave me or the sales agent gave me? I don't know. And that's why you need a certified coder to look at this with you, go through a series of questions to determine how that should be used in your clinic and how to appropriately code for it. And if you find out when you're talking with a payer it's not covered, know their rules on how to shift that liability. Can you use a generic form like what we have, or do they require their own form? You can't just carelessly bring that piece of equipment in and, hey, I'm going to make the bucks. Well, we hope you do, and we're going to do our best to make sure that you can. Let's make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's, so later down the road, we don't find you on an OIG exclusions list or one of the naughty reports that we just saw the other day for people using the auricular therapy using a wrong code. I saw just, I think it was 2 days ago, where people were billing certain neurotransmitters and saying they were surgical things. We cannot just do this. We've got to go back, trace it back to every element I've talked about, dot every I, cross every T. And if there's a question anywhere, you need to have it solidified in your mind so that you know that you can make the money. You are doing it the appropriate way. It falls within the scope of your license. We're here to help you be successful. We're not here to limit you. We want you to be successful. If you collect the money, we want you to be able to keep it. If you need help with your new gadget or your new table, make sure to let us know. And by the way, did you know that flexion distraction falls under spinal CMT? I know, I just blew your mind. And also, did you know that traction using 97012 with a roller table? No, doesn't happen. We have the proof. Let us know if you need help on those couple of items or any of your new Gidget gadgets. We'll be here to help you. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and follow KMC University on all of our social media platforms. If you're on Facebook, take a moment and go over to the Chiropractic Reimbursement and Compliance Experts. Click join. You will be happy you did. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.